Hello and welcome to Sim.bc, where right now it's 13:48 and today we're trying to Hello and welcome to Sim.bc, where right now it's 13:48 and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're not just gonna do the same old. It's not just gonna be me standing here inside of my room, right, talking to a wall with a bit of a camera on it, yeah, to try to make me feel like I'm not that alone. No, today we're going to be walking on the outside because it's a splendid day. Yeah, the clouds are out, it's a hint of rain in the air, you can really feel the moisture coming down. And I thought, what better way of actually introducing this new idea of going outside and actually exploring the outside, maybe using the DSLR for some neat function as of, taking beautiful pictures and whatnot and so forth. But due to my technical expertise, that might be a bit restricted in my application, so to say. But today we are going to move outside. Yay! It's gonna be the best thing ever, right? It's gonna be a new trend of videos coming out that we're gonna actually be outside instead of inside. Because if you think about it, yeah, you're standing inside of a room, kind of depressing in a way. You're talking to a camera as if there were people behind it. But usually, technically, I'm just standing in here talking out loud to myself, which is making me crazy. At least when we're outside, I can, have the idea of that I'm talking to the phone of someone or something along those lines. Anyway, who cares about my motivations, right? It's my direction of the video editorial process and the video schedule and the content's, trajectory. The way we're gonna move with the content going forward. So, mates, come on, follow me outside and we'll just move out. Yeah, I'm gonna need this thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna leave all of this right here, all of my stuff, and we're going to move towards the exit and leave. So yeah, this is going to be quite kind of an interesting approach for me, because it's going to be all new. I haven't done this before. I'm going to see if this actually works. No, seems not to. Let's do that. Does it work now? Yeah, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be like the best thing I've ever done. So why didn't I do this sooner? Am I right? And we're going to roll with this camera's really good microphone. Yay! Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to take a bit of a trip that I usually take, and then we're going to go up and take like a view picture. This is going to be all good. It's going to be all great.
Okay, so this right here is the place where we're trying to go up to. Now, it doesn't look to be that high up, but boy does it suck to go up there.
And it's 2 degrees outside. Yay! Now, as you can see by the state of the ground here, the snow, it is spring, officially, yeah? It's officially spring in Sweden, and this is kind of what it looks like. But hey, rocking trainers anyway. And here is kind of a viewpoint of the city. And just to enforce the point that it's, spring, look at that beautiful white layer of snow and ice on the lake. Yeah, it just screams spring now, doesn't it? But it's a beautiful sight nonetheless. I don't know why I didn't do this years ago. This is like the best content creation I can do. Be out walking as I usually do, but filming it simultaneously. Yeah, this is gonna be great. I can totally see this being like a reliable source of content over the next coming, 200 days? Easy. I'm not gonna be tired at all. Okay, so now that I showed you my normal, or rather, now that I showed you the viewpoint, I'm going to resume to my kind of normal route that I usually take, which is around, not that lake that you saw there, but another lake. So we have Play Lakes. So it's going to be great. This day is flow along. For you it's going to be like 1 second, for me it's going to be 20 minutes until we're there. Oh my days, but this is going to be fun. So I had to walk up to the viewpoint and walk past my apartment in order to get to the viewpoint that's like on the other side of the city. Oh, sorry, to the lake that's on the other side. So this is like, crazy, why do I have to do this? I feel like such an idiot. I just wanted to go into the warm. Again, it's 2 degrees outside and my gloves are gone. Anyway, this is totally worth it, am I right? Yes. Yet again, trying to encapsulate the beautiful spring
spring of Sweden. It's not cold at all. It's not like I want to jump off this bridge and just end it because it's such a tropical environment. No, it's not that at all. I actually like this quite much. It's refreshing to say the least. It's basic. It's a good idea. Let's have it. You see, one of the best things with the Swedish spring is that not only is it plus 2 degrees, which is not minus, but also classical games such as skipping stone become a lot more easy. Now, let me show you. It doesn't matter if you take a perfect flat stone that's awesome and works fine, or if you take a wobbly doubly bubbly one that seems not to work. You see, since the water in Sweden have such a cool aspect to it, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna see. Now, take the flat one and throw it out. It just skips and skips and skips and don't go down. Now we take the wobbly bubbly one and throw it out. And that one also just skips and skips and skips. Arguably, we got a bit further. Now I'm gonna share our little secret here as a people. That's because the special aspect of the Swedish water is that it's frozen. Yeah? Best spring ever. The thing about taking photos as well as filming is that I had to go out to these places, right, that is exposed so that I can actually get a view over like this, over something, right? But as I said, it's exposed, so there's lots of wind out here. I don't like that. I can't feel the right side of my face. As I said, this is like one of the best projects I've ever initiated. I don't know why I didn't do this years ago. I mean, especially during Swedish, spring, that's so altered in its weather conditions in comparison to the rest of the world and the, common understanding of what spring is supposed to be. Not winter. Anyway, this is great. As we can see, the New Year's resolutions are going strong, especially during Swedish spring in the outdoor gym. Let me show you what I mean. Hope that I don't disturb anybody, because it's so full. Yeah, no one here. These are the times when I especially miss Bordeaux. Yay, we made it, and it only took like what? 4 hours? No, sorry, it only took 2 hours. 3:30 to 5:30, but still. Oh, the worst thing about this, by the way, isn't the 2 degrees and the thing playing with like the minus and plus degree, or the 0. It's that it's windy outside.
Well, welcome back. Oh, well, needs to put you back up here. And so there we go. Everything's supposed to be back to normal now. Just gonna see if we can, because this has been flawless so far. I mean, am I right? Well, as I was trying to say in the elevator before, it has taken me 2 hours to go out and do this, but it's completely worth it, right? Because I'm into YouTube explicitly, exclusively for the money, yeah? So for the millions and billions of views, so I thought, why not, structure doesn't mean that much in the end, now does it? So I thought, why not shake it up a bit, see if we can get some extra people in here, because after all, that's everything that I do care about when we get down to it. Now, another thing that I realized when I was out walking is that after like half of the walk, I realized that wow, I can actually use my gloves when I'm taking pictures. Now, some of you might say, well, that's obvious, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, it is. It is bloody obvious. Did I know it from the beginning? No. Did I walk around with cold fingers and couldn't actually pull the trigger of the camera? Well, yes. It actually did. As I've been saying, spring in Sweden is like the best thing ever. When I was talking about money, well, it took like 6 hours for me to record, cook the food, and do all that stuff yesterday for the Easter video. And today, it's been taking me like, 5 or 6 hours so far in investment in preparation for this video. But as I said, blood, sweat, and tears and almost freezing to death, it's all a part of this billion-dollar plan that I have in mind later down the line. You see? All that I do care about. Anyway, something that I've realized as well is that, it's kind of awkward standing inside my own room and talking to myself out loud, because basically what I'm trying to do is making sure that I'm talking to the camera as if it was someone behind the camera, or as if there were someone actually standing there. However, due to the lack of a back and forth, let's say, with questions and answers, it generally tends to be me just standing and talking, out loud in my room. Or in my apartment, rather. Now, that is awkward in a way, but nevertheless, it's not equally as awkward as walking around on the street with the camera, right? With the DSLR up and just be like, hello. This is what we're doing here, as you probably saw, in the little montage that I put together, because I filmed a lot. I mean, a lot. I'm astonished that the battery hasn't died, because I saw some reviews on the internet, like, complaining that, oh, the battery life is kind of short in this camera, and I was like, wow, dude, I've been out for 2 hours, filming not constantly, but I've been taking pictures and filming, given that, like, the last half an hour I just gave up, because it was so cold, even though I had my gloves back on, but nevertheless, it doesn't matter. I am, suffering, but it's for your enjoyment, so who really cares, right? Gotta get them clicks. Anyway, so I was walking around with the camera and being like, hello, this is me, this is what I'm doing right here. Do you see the Swedish spring? It's amazing. And people just walked by me like, why is he speaking to himself? Why is he speaking English? So if I thought it was awkward before sitting inside and talking to myself, well, that has just passed, because I've encountered something much worse. Anyway, as I was saying, that, or as I have been saying throughout the little short video clips, is that I don't know why I didn't do this years ago. I mean, really, think about it. Me being outside in the cold in Sweden, where the climate is not sure about which season it is. Is it winter? Is it spring? Is it autumn? It's certainly not summer. But I mean, is it supposed to rain? Is it supposed to be windy? Is it supposed to be frozen? Is it plus 2 degrees? Minus 2 degrees? It's playfully playing around with that, that limitation in a way, that restriction. Like, is it plus 1 degree? Is it minus 1 degree? Well, who really knows? And especially when walking in the wind, it just, piles on the experience, I'd say. It becomes much greater when it's windy outside. I couldn't feel half on my face for like half of the day that I was outside, which was crisp. Not cringe at all, it was crisp. Well, what more do I take away from this little experience that we're totally going to continue with? I mean, seriously, what would be the reason for me not to continue with this amazing idea that I've just developed? I know there's little to speak against it. And something that I would like to say as well is that I played around with the settings on the camera a bit, because I was taking different pictures and so on and so forth, trying to expand my knowledge of the DSLR in and within itself. And I automatically just changed it to auto and then back to manual, and then everything was out of whack. Now I see that I think that the ISO level, the aperture, and the shutter speed is back to normal as of right now, but you never know, right? You never know. So if it looks a bit different, just tell me in the comment section below. I will probably know it when I look through the editorial process and all of that, and I will check it out and I will be like, holy moly, did I actually record with these settings? Wow, what a noob. Anyway, mates, that was everything for today. Have a nice one. And we're totally going to continue with being out walking and exploring the area and environment around us. Even though it took 2 hours a day and I was completely drained when coming home. And my legs were just saying, why are you doing this? And to pile on the bad news, or to the brilliant news in a way, depending on who you are and depending on how you see it. I stepped in something, I kneeled down to take a picture. And I probably kneeled down in some mud. And when I realized and I saw it, because I didn't realize it when it was happening. So afterwards I saw it and I was like, oh, maybe it's chocolate from when I was cooking. So just put you into context there. Something brown, muddy came to my knee. Was on my knee, and I realized that when I was walking. And my first instinct was that, oh, it's probably because I baked something. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So my first instinct was, maybe I should lick it and see what it is. And now I'm like, and it took me for a split second there, I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. That's smart, Philip. This is going to actually explore what it can be. And then when thinking about it for an entire second, I realized, no, that's stupid. You have no idea what it can be. I mean, I've been kneeling down into grass. It could be dog shit, right? And it can be all manners of different things. Might just be mud, but even those, licking on mud might not be the best idea. Anyway, mates, as I said, have a nice one. I'll see you tomorrow with some more of this, because as I said, brilliant content. I don't know why I haven't done this years ago. Have a nice one, mates, and I'll see ya.